Hello, friends and enemies, and it's time to check out all the generous gifts and loot I got this year at Wasteland. I just got back from Wasteland X, Wasteland 2019, and it's time for me to start to clean up and sort through all these wonderful gifts I received this year. So let's go ahead and take a look. Gift giving is a big part of Wastelander culture, for lack of a better term. People are very, very generous, and they like to give gifts to their friends. It's people you only see once a year. If you go to this event regularly, you're going to get close to them, and people really like to give gifts there. It's a big part of it. I give a lot of gifts at Wasteland. I know all year long I see stuff that I think, oh, like this person would like. So, you hold on to that stuff. It means something to you. And that's what a lot of this stuff is. So if you start going to Wasteland regularly, expect to start receiving gifts. Wastelanders are very generous people. And give some gifts are your own. Spread the love. I highly recommend you bring an empty bag or something with you to put all the gifts you receive and all the little trinkets that you barter for away so that they don't get lost in the shuffle. And I'm going to take a seat here and we're going to take a look at some of the stuff I got this year. All right, so the first thing you're going to notice is that there are a lot of bottle caps, as always, in this loot drop. Bottle caps are a signature thing of Wasteland, a currency and kind of a calling card. And I did a whole video on bottle caps. I'm going to show you. I've, of course, got some LCC caps. Last Chance Casino, which is a functioning casino at Wasteland, where instead of money or chips, you earn caps. And these caps can be put towards an auction where you can buy very cool items. So the LCC runs on caps. And whenever people hear about bottle caps being a currency, this is the closest thing. LCC caps are the most valuable bottle caps for that very reason. They are accepted as a currency in Wasteland City. A lot of people will barter for them. And I got a few this year, although I have to say this is probably the least I've ever gotten. I didn't spend a lot of time at the casino this year. The casino looked great. I thought it was very beautiful this year. I got some good footage of it. Their setup was really cool, and I like the people that run it. But I didn't get a chance to spend a lot of time there. I went there one night to use my LCC pass and see what I could get with that and that experience. I went there another time when my partner was running security to go support him, and I went to go see some friends there, but I didn't spend a whole lot of time there, so I got this little bundle of LCC caps here to show for my trip this year. All right, so I'm going to quickly go over some of the other bottle caps that I got this year, because I got a lot of them. I don't want to touch on each one individually, but maybe I will. We'll see. This was the Death Caps cap this year, focus camera. And we didn't give out a whole lot of them. People were asking for them, so we do plan on making more and jazzing up the design a bit. I didn't hand out a lot of caps this year. I handed out all of the Bardic Inspiration tokens. Those are kind of my substitute for caps, I feel like. I gave out a lot of those. They were gone by day 2. I gave out a lot of patches as well. So I didn't give out a whole lot of bottle caps. Shout out to my tribe mate Mullins, who's in charge of the bottle caps for our tribe. So I have a cap box right next to me, so if you hear them clinking around, that's where they're going. I'll go through a few of them real quick. Okay, this one right here is the Wasteland Temple cap, and I just wanted to stop on it because it's one of my favorites. I always really, really liked the design. I had a short video of the temple this year. I got to check it at night. The people behind it were really nice. I really appreciated them. And I have a lot of interest in the Wasteland Temple. I think I want to make a shrine next year, and I'd actually like to get in touch with them. So if you're a part of the Wasteland Temple, and you're down to do a video or maybe like an interview talking about how you built it and stuff, I'm going to seek you out because I really loved it this year. This one is very special. This is Bushneck and Parakeet's wedding bottle cap right here. So my tribe mate Bushnack and Parakeet. Bushnack, you of course know on the channel. He does some of the look back videos with me. And this was their wedding cap to commemorate their wedding at Wasteland 2019. Some people hand paint theirs, which I always think is really cool. If you're wondering where to get bottle caps yourself, you'll see a lot of these are printed as opposed to self-made. You can actually get ones like this made at a website called bottlemark.com. And that is where most people, hey, it's the Goat Show. That is where most people get their bottle caps made. They're very, very, very familiar with Wastelanders and the turnaround time that's needed. So if you're looking to get bottle caps made for Wasteland, they're very cheap to produce, and I recommend Bottlemark. This cap is from the Pioneer Saloon out in Good Springs, Nevada. It was made by my buddy Doug X, who works at the place. You're probably familiar with the saloon as it appears in Fallout, as does the whole little town of Good Springs. Fallout New Vegas, by the way. The best Fallout. I don't know who this is from, but this is one of my favorites. I think it's really, really pretty. I believe this one is to commemorate that there was a new moon on Saturday at Wasteland. So it was the darkest night that has ever been at Wasteland. Very cool. Wasteland Fossil Co., one of my favorite camps this year. Okay, this one had significance, and I cannot remember what it is. I don't know if this is a siren cap or what, but I specifically put it in my breast pocket, so I know that it was important. This one is obviously of great importance as well, if not even more. This was one of the caps that the actual policemen that were checking out the event were giving out. I thought it was kind of cool. A last breath cap. This one has a very long story behind it. And this one has a terrible story behind it. Zeke's, one of my favorite places in Wasteland. At Wasteland? What's proper grammar with that? I love Zeke's, that's what I'm trying to say. And another bingo cap. This adorable, focus, this adorable little button was given to me by my good pal, Cherry the Mouth of Junktown, and the nuclear bombshells. It's her likeness. Tiny button. Kind of cool to give in lieu of a bottle cap. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little tired of bottle caps. I like receiving them, but I don't know if I'm that into creating them anymore. We used to do different designs for them, and lately it's been the same design. And these, I don't know how I got 3 of these. I apparently, well, I know I didn't use them. I don't know how I procured 3. I thought I had 1, and then I shook out my bag. I did overindulge in alcohol this time around, but I shook out my bag and 2 more fell out. I feel so bad. I feel like they were wasted. I still have them. I don't know if they're good or they're going to be good next year. I'm kind of a very shy person, so they were kind of wasted on me anyway. I wanted one to commemorate, but okay, I need to explain what these are. These are titty tokens. These are very well designed. I don't remember what they looked like last year, but this year they're come on. They're engraved and they're wood. I'm trying to get the camera to focus because the artwork on the backside is really, really cool. My camera will not focus on this, but it kind of looks like the Jägermeister. Oh, there you can see it. It's sort of a horned wolven looking deer with 4 eyes, and it's got a bottle of booze above it. It's really cool. It's a very nice intricate design. And the other side says titty token. And what you can do with these, people are probably going to be more excited about these than the caps. What you can do with these, of which I have 3, you can take these to the Crooked Fang. And the Crooked Fang is a great tribe, full of great pals of mine. And they have this night where they do titty shots. So they put some alcohol betwixt their breast, and you may sup from it, but you cannot unless you have one of these, of which I have 3, and of which I did not sup. So I don't know if these will still be able to cash in. I think I'm way too shy to do that anyway, but I have them. I have them here. So yeah, if you're going to Wasteland, these are kind of hard fought for. And if you want to go to the Crooked Fang special titty shot night, you're going to need one of these, of which I have 3. Also from the Crooked Fang. And my buddy Bombay, she made these little drinks. She made them herself. This one is called Oxblood. I have not tried it yet. I was saving it until after the event. I have a distinct memory of when I was very intoxicated chugging one of these. It must not have been mine because this was still in my bag. I don't know. Maybe it was a fever dream. I really want to try it, but she made these. She made 2 flavors. She was giving them out to friends. I'm going to try it right now, actually. I have to go see the movie Joker after this. I don't think this is going to mess me up by any means. I have not drank alcohol since Wasteland, so this will be interesting. Oh my gosh, it smells really good. Oh my god, it's good. Sorry, I think it's kind of gross you can hear me drinking it, but it's very cinnamony. I could drink this all right now, but I won't. I need to practice some self-control. It's very cinnamony. It's like a cinnamon sangria taste. Kind of floral. Thanks, Bombay. And put this away a little bit more carefully than I'm putting away the caps. This was one of my favorite things I got this year. This is technically something I ordered before the event, but what this is here is a Uncle Zeke's Pit Stop VIP pass. These were sold before the event by Uncle Zeke's, and it got you access into their air-conditioned VIP room where there was a go-go cage. There was a couple great bartenders. The 2 that I encountered were really cool to talk with, and I really just liked them as people. They were very cool. I said just liked. I hope it didn't sound like I said disliked. I spent a lot of time in there. Almost every night I was in there. And it was a great place to be. They served drinks. You could chill on this couch in the air conditioner. In the air conditioner? You could chill on the couch in the... Oh my god, why can't I talk right now? Did that drink F me up this much after a gulp of it? Anyway, they sold these beforehand, and it didn't just get you access into the VIP room, which is really cool. It helped fund their camp. They have a huge camp, and they give out a lot of free drinks. Free to us, not free to them. So when you bought this VIP pass, you were buying access to the VIP room, but most of all, you were helping fund Uncle Zeke's and what they bring to Wasteland, and that's really what I wanted to do. Shout out to Amy, Sawblade Tits. These came out amazing. They're made of aluminum. They're not plastic. They're really cool, and they actually glow in the dark. I know you can't see right now because it's the day, but this glows in the dark and looks really neat. The one I got didn't have the holes drilled yet because I was kind of over eager when I got it. So I didn't get the holes drilled. The whole weekend, I kept saying, I had to go to Zeke's and get my shit drilled, which doesn't sound like I'm talking about this medallion at all. Anyway, I will treasure this. I'm going to add it to my Wasteland necklace. I love it. It's one of my favorite things I've ever gotten at Wasteland. Another thing I got, and I gotta make sure I don't cut my finger on this because I've cut my fingers twice picking this up. At one point during the event, I reached in my bag and these antlers just cleaved open my fingers. It wasn't pleasant. But this, I'm trying to get you guys to see the color here because the color is really beautiful. This was something given to the founding people that had something to do with the Rabbit Radstag Saloon. My contribution to the Rabbit Radstag Saloon wasn't that huge. We simply vouched for them and their spot in the city, and I ran the store for the merch. Uh, all the credit goes to the people really who built the thing. It's Mike's baby. He had an amazing team working with him. Shout out to Taylor, not this Taylor, another Taylor, and all the people behind that. It was a great collaborative effort, and the saloon was absolutely gorgeous. It's first time out, and this was a gift given to all the founding members. It's steel, it's tempered, it's really beautiful. It's got this bluing on it, or heat treatment on it, I guess, that makes it look like it's this lovely rainbow spectrum. And I love this. I think it's absolutely beautiful. Another thing that people were giving out, actually, I didn't read the back of this until now. This is pretty cool. Some people, including my personal friend, the Silver Shroud, were giving out business cards at Wasteland. I kind of want to make some of my own. I think they're pretty cool. As you can see, they're weathered. I think they're kind of funny. Wild Mule of the Pugs has a great one as well, but these were two of the business cards I got. I also got this little, it was almost like a little religious, I want to say, whoa, it just blew away. I also got this little religious piece with our Lord and Savior, Morton Joe, that I thought was very cool. The artwork on it's really good. I don't know who did it. And suddenly, it's nighttime. So, continuing where I left off. So I got this little wrench knife. I'm going to turn the light here so you guys can see this stuff a little better. Because this is this nice little metal heating color. I'm going to turn on this music pad. This is a little much. I got this little wrench knife from a passing faceless merchant. I think I'm going to give it as a gift to TJ. But she had a very good cart filled with things, and I think I traded some pins for it and some patches. Most of my barter was gone by the time I got home. I gotta look at what I still have left, but this was one of the items that I traded for, and I thought it was pretty neat. Another thing I bartered and traded for in the designated barter town open space. There was a guy out there with a blanket set up and some cool stuff, and one of them was this horrifying bell. It is a little bell. I'm pretty sure when I shake it, it'll summon a spirit. It's absolutely horrifying, and I love her. It's a heavy brass. It's really cool. I've never seen anything quite like it before. It kind of reminded me of Auntie Whispers from Over the Garden Wall, so I had to have it. And another thing, I think I bartered some patches and pins for this. I know that the guy who bartered this to me commented on one of my videos, so hi. That's weird to wave this way. Hi. He bartered me. This is very cool old pocket watch. It needs some glass. It needs some hands. I might turn it into something else, but I thought it was pretty neat. That's the cool thing about bartering at Wasteland is you find a lot of weird stuff. Like, people barter stuff that it kind of seems like a post-apocalyptic scavenger would find. You don't find a lot of like normie stuff. A lot of people barter art and little antique trinkets like this. Another thing I got from a faceless merchant, a really cool faceless merchant actually, is this wooden pin that says Wasteland Weekend X. I think she handmade these. They were really cool. She had this neat backpack because every faceless merchant carries like a backpack, or they bring a cart with them that has their wares that they want to trade. She had like this roll that she would, unroll, and pinned up are all these little wooden pins that she would have you choose from. This is the one that I chose. I thought it was really neat, and I thought she was really neat. And then, I got this buff-bodied, baby-headed bear man in this absolutely terrifyingly faced clown car from my buddy Mutt from the Dauntless Express and DXE, Dauntless Express Corp. And he has a setup called Mutt's Hut there where he has a bunch of barter stuff set up, and he gets some really good stuff. And check out this guy with his weird green mustache. I had to have him. At one point, I was waiting for a band to go on stage, and I was cuddling up to my partner, and this guy walked up and gave us both these little leather patches. He didn't tell me his name or anything. He was like, "Hey, have these," and he gave us both one of these, and it's pretty cool. I couldn't really see it in the dark. I can see it now that it's in the light, but it looks like some kind of demonic eye with two horns. I don't really know what it signifies, but thank you, sir. That was very nice. And one of my other favorite things that I got from the same guy who bartered me that bell is this old leather case. I don't know if it used to be a cigarette case or a playing card case. It has a P on it, and I keep my mini tarot cards in here. And I really needed a case for those. This was perfect. I really love the look of this, and I was excited to get it. And I'm not sure if I was meant to take this home, but I still have him. This is the Porto chicken who was given to me. I can't remember if Gita gave him to me or if James gave him to me, but I was supposed to take him on. I was supposed to take him on some adventures and take photos of him. I didn't take many photos. I took a lot of video. You probably saw him in my Wasteland Weekend 1 minute 20 seconds video. He was in that. We had some good times together. He got his head ripped off at one point, and it was put back on by TJ. And I don't know. I should probably return him, but I've grown so attached. And we had quite an adventure, didn't we, buddy? Another thing, these are the last ones I have left. These are official desert dollars. I did the artwork on these. I should say the design, because these are actually old vintage illustrations that were free of use, and I hunted for them. I thought they were really cool. This illustration I did right here, and of course just the digital design of everything. And this is the brainchild of Bushknack, of course, and it's a new currency that hit the Wasteland, took it by storm. And next year we're hoping to have a auction of our own in the den, where we'll have very cool handmade items you can get with desert dollars. So, these are my last desert dollars. This is a very thoughtful gift from my good friend and tribe mate, Team Rocket. She knows that I love Moomin, and she got me these biscuits. I don't know where she got them, because it is really, really difficult to find Moomin merchandise of any kind in the United States. Moomin is one of my favorite things ever. I love the comic series. I own many of the books, and I love the 90s cartoon. I absolutely adore Moomin, and this was very thoughtful of her to think of me and get these. I haven't opened them yet because they're so adorable, and I don't want to ruin them. But Moomin is big pretty much everywhere except the US, so I really appreciate her hunting these down for me. This is a leather patch that was made for me by my good buddy, the Cannabis Commander and Hemptress. I think it's really, really cool. They are a part of the Junktown/Hemp tribe. I love them, and Junktown is like family to us. Thank you, guys. I will treasure this always. I'm actually going to put this over here because I want to frame it up on my pin board. And this, I ran into my buddy Rome this year, who I really need to hang out with more. And they just started their official tribe. I think they've been camping with the same people for a long time, but they didn't have an official tribe name. And this year they did. They're the MAD, Mad Dogs. I think it's really cool because, you know, mutually assured destruction. I thought it was pretty cool. Oh, this is double-sided. I didn't even notice. And they gave me this awesome pin that I love. And I owe them a Death Caps pin because I said I was going to trade and I didn't have any on me at the time. So, Rome, I will definitely hook you up with that Death Caps pin in exchange. I'm going to put this on my desk because I'm going to put it on my jacket. Me and Bushneck were really on the hunt for patches and pins this year, specifically. Going through that craze. In case you don't know, I make a lot of patches and pins myself. I design them and sell them, and I also like to collect and trade them with other people. So I, of course, got the Dinky Dive patch from the Dinky Dive, the Mad Max themed eatery at Wasteland. They also had shirts and stuff. I could only afford the patch. And you could only get the pin if you brought a Dinky D can on a specific day. And homie don't have time for that. So I got that to add to my jacket. I got the Wasteland Communication Corporation patch. And I also got their pin. And they use the same pin maker as me. I'm not saying I'm responsible for all the pins in the Wasteland, but I know that I gave like 20 different tribes my pin maker in the hopes that more people would make pins, because I love collecting pins, especially niche Wasteland pins. And this one turned out great. I think it's really cool. We also got, this is a gift from Bushnack, the Chug and Slug, one of the Den Tribes patches. And also from Bushnack, my coveted Uncle Zeke's Pit Stop patch. There were barely any of these left. Mark was nice enough to give them to us. I will treasure it always. It's going on my new jacket. I absolutely love it. It's awesome. It's metallic too. Zeke's in Junktown. 2 homes at Wasteland besides the death caps. I still have, this is not really a loot thing, but I still have 2 Last Breath patches left as well. So if you think you're deserving of them and you had a shot of Last Breath and survived, hit me up, because I want to get these 2 people who are deserving of them and who had Last Breath. Got this pre-weathered button from Professor Mojave of their very cool logo. Also, I got this little wooden medallion from Zeke's, which showed that you survived Wasteland 2019 with them. And before I got my big VIP pass, they gave us these while we were waiting for them to arrive, which is the Zeke's VIP dog tag. And Bushneck wasn't the only one to get married this year. My buddy Commander Selkie got married. Congratulations, Commander Selkie. And aw, does it say just Dave? That's so sweet. Congratulations, you guys. Thank you for the wristband. It's glow in the dark too, I think. This right here is becoming a jumbled mess, but it's really cool. Look at the microphone on this. I want to see if I can get this. I think this is actually functional. I gotta test it. I really want to use this at the Cyberpunk event because I think it looks so cool. The inside's actually blue. You can't really see it, but it's like a navy blue, which I think is really neat. This was a gift from one of my Wasteland pals named Milady. She had a barter place set up, and she had set this aside for me as a gift after she saw my whole Evil Girl skit at the Wastelanders Ball a while back. I love this thing. I think it's really cool. I don't want to take it apart, but I do. I think this actually comes off. It does. Okay. The microphone comes off. I might actually either extend this and have this around my neck, or have this attached to a bag and have this on my collar, which I guess is still my neck. Either way, I'm going to incorporate both pieces, and I think I'm probably actually on my Cyberpunk outfit. I got really inspired when she gave this to me. She's a very thoughtful person, and thank you, milady. It's a very generous gift. I love it, and it kind of inspired me. This is a painting. Here, zoom out so you can see the whole thing. It's a metallic splatter painting that I bartered to get from Bone Daddy, who I got to meet this year. So thank you, Bone Daddy. This is really cool. I might hang it up right up there in the empty space. I still got to figure some stuff out about this. But yeah, I might hang it up there. So thank you, Bone Daddy. I also got from Bushneck this Chug and Slug sticker. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with it. I do have a shelf that I like cover in stickers, but I kind of feel like it might be wasted there, so I got to find a good place to put this. Okay, I do not remember what this is, so I might regret opening this. No, I do not regret opening this. This was something they handed out to people that were watching the Aesthetic Meatfront show, that describes the interpretation of the show we were watching, which was very beautiful, and I'm going to be editing that footage soon and getting it up. It is not safe for work. It will be 18 plus just because of the nature of the performance, but I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm keeping this. I also got this DVD of one of their performances. And if you have a chance to see one of their shows, I highly recommend it. It is like nothing you've ever seen. It's very beautiful, and you can see some stills in here. They're actually going to be doing a show in Burbank soon, and I plan on going to that. And I used the last of my money at the event to buy this, and I'm very glad to have it and help support them in any way. One of the other things I got, if you were wondering what the bundle of paper was at the beginning, this was a piece of paper that was used in the show, and it flew away in the wind, and I went and grabbed it like some kind of cultist goblin because I didn't want it to go away. And I don't know, I love their shows. They mean something to me, and I just wanted to take this with me. So probably kind of weird, but hey. He also, Lewis, the lead performer and artist, took a sip from my most favorite Wasteland item, but then I'm saving that for last. And I got one of our extra bounty posters here because I didn't want to throw it away. And I still have the thumb. I gotta return this to the Rust Devils. We did have one person come for our bounty, but they only found me. The bounty's supposed to be completed with both of us at the same time, so I had to turn them away, unfortunately. And we were supposed to be found in the den. I think I needed to make it a little bit more clear in the written section. But we definitely want to do this again, and I'll return the thumb or use it again. Also, I got this from a Wasteland courier, which was from my buddy Gemini, and I really wish that I would have spent more time with her at the event. I really wanted to. I had been following her online, and she seemed like a really cool person. I just really liked her energy and who she was as a person. So I was really hoping to spend more time with her. Maybe I will at one of the smaller events, or maybe next year. That is one of my big regrets this year. So if you know someone, if you have a buddy online or something, then maybe a Wasteland you want to get to know, take the time and hunt them down. Don't rely on having a free moment. You just got to kind of make the time to hang out with cool people like Gemini, who sent me this very thoughtful little haiku. I also got a gun. I got this airsoft gun as a gift from TJ. Prop guns are kind of a part of lore play. You want to have a weapon on you. And I have... This is Lugers are my favorite. I already have a P08 that I had at home. It's an airsoft one. This is airsoft, by the way, and it's missing its cartridge because I think it's a gas. Anyway, I have one like this, but I never took it to Wasteland because I didn't want to waste it out and mess it up because I actually use it and play with it. So he got me this one, which was very sweet, that I can be a little rougher on and I can theme out. So I'm going to do some stuff to this and have this on my costume for next year. Thank you, TJ. I also was given this from my buddy Team Rocket, which is again a very thoughtful gift because little known fact on this channel, but I think I talked about it on my art related channel. I collect artist hand turkeys. When I go to conventions and stuff, I always have artists I like and respect do a hand turkey for me with their signature. And she found this book that's all about this hand turkey's adventure, and I love it. I also got this thing. This was gifted to me by the Wasteland Godfather, Ron. And whoa, I didn't know it made sound. Oh my god, that was terrifying. Okay, so I didn't know this made sound until now because he gave this to me in the den, And in our drunken state, we were like playing with it and juggling with it and stuff. And I couldn't hear the sound in the den, but apparently it makes sound. To someone that's really in a drunken state and post-apocalyptic delirium in character, this is like amazing. So apparently it makes sound other than just lighting up and vibrating. So thanks Ron Griffith for this. Oh god. I got this, and this was from my pal B, sent to me from a courier. And when I saw it, I was like, what is this exactly? Like, I was really confused. And then when I opened the box, I started tearing up, and everybody around me was confused as to why a grown woman was getting choked up looking at a thing of soy sauce. So I'm going to explain a little bit here, but I will treasure this always. It meant a lot to me, even if it confused everyone around me. I told a story in one of our online groups that she's a part of about how I have like major social anxiety, not like trendy social anxiety, and I'm very awkward around other human beings. So when I go to restaurants and stuff, I only really go to a few that I'm comfortable with and have been going to for a while. One of the ones I went to, I had gone to like a bunch of times, and there was always the same girl that would serve me, and I always saw her there. And one day I was out walking my dog, and as I was crossing the street, I looked, and that girl from the restaurant, the server, was like at the crosswalk in her car. And she saw me and she recognized me and like awkwardly waved at me, and I awkwardly waved at her. And then when we met again, I went to the restaurant to get something to eat, and she was making me my food, and we came to the part where usually they ask what kind of sauce you want. It's a poke place. Anyway, we got to the point where typically she would ask me what kind of sauce I want in my food, but instead she said, "How is your day going? I saw you walking your dog." And I said, "Oh, just soy sauce, please." And it was really awkward. So soy sauce became our code word for social awkwardness and having a soy sauce moment, so to speak. So that's the significance of the soy sauce. I got nervous even talking about it. Now, this is not a barter item, but I wanted to talk about it because I love it. This is my hat I wore this year. It was described at the event as looking like a Robin Hood hat, a witch's hat, and a gnome's hat. I think it looks like all of those things. And it's probably my most cherished possession right now. I love this hat. I got it right before the event because usually I wore that pilot's hat. Or is it, sorry, a tanker's helmet, not a pilot's hat, geez. Usually I wore that tanker helmet to Wasteland that you see in my photo of myself I use when I'm talking on this channel. But it doesn't provide much shade. My face always got sunburned, so I decided I needed a hat with a brim. And I saw this one online, and I fell in love with it, and I had to have it. It was a little different. The guy who designed it had like studs on it. It was kind of weird. So I contacted him and I was like, can I have a version of this hat that's just plain black? I ordered this little card separate. I found this design. It's like a vintage illustration I liked. I went into Photoshop, added the font, edited this and cleaned it up a little bit. Had it printed on this brass card, and I attached it myself with TJ's help. And I put it on this hat, which otherwise was just plain and black, but it was quite expensive. I didn't think I would ever be able to own something like this, but I posted about it online. I'm like, I found this hat that I really want, and a couple Wastelanders came together, bought a bunch of stuff from my shop, and made it so I could buy this hat, and it meant the world to me, and I'm gonna wear it for every Wasteland to come because I adore it. So I just wanted to talk about it for a minute. By the way, on the opposite spectrums of things I love, these were not barter. You saw them in my packing video. without mincing words, fuck these glasses. These are the worst glasses I've ever worn for an extended period of time. They are so uncomfortable, like unbearably so. These little things, not only do they constantly get like stuck in my hair, they're like stabbing the underside of my ear. This thing leaves a mark on your face. This is like, look at this. Why is it like this? This is a horrible design, and these things suck, and I might burn them or take them apart and make them into something else. Do not buy these glasses. They are aviator. I think they're branded as being like aviator glasses. I mean, obviously they're an aviator style. Either way, don't buy these. I removed the link to them in my packing video because they're absolutely terrible. Another thing I still have, sadly, this was not bartered to me. This was a gift that I did not get to give. I still have this full bottle of absinthe. I had meant to give to Laszlo and Bren of the Order of the V8, the Warspawn tribe. I still have it. If you guys are coming to the tribes moot, this is yours. I owe you guys a drink. Like I said, when you go to Wasteland, if there are people that you plan on meeting and plan on hanging out with, take the time and actually seek them out. Don't wait for the right moment. Just do it, because I still have this. I didn't get to hang out with them, and it kind of sucks. And I feel really bad about it. So I have this full bottle, and I will be bringing it to the next Wasteland event in the hopes that I will see them there. And a gift that I was given. I'm trying to pick it up because it's a little large. I'm going to take this off the stand for a moment. This was given to me by the cannabis commander of Junktown/Hemp, and also put together by Hemptress here. This is a holy mushroom that I will be keeping at camp. It's still kind of dirty. I need to wash off the top. I think that the good doctor threw a fake $100 bill in there, so don't get too excited. Though it is incredibly convincing. Except for that. What is that? And my final and most treasured Wasteland barter this year is this beautiful Snufkin cup that I got from my new good pal, Gerald Corkery. I believe his Wasteland name is Gila Monster. That was the name we were trying to give him in the Great Duster anyway. I don't know if he likes it or if that's where he goes by. But we originally met at the Winter Games, and I saw this cup and immediately said, oh my gosh, I love your Snufkin cup. And we bonded over both being Moomin fans, of which there's not a lot in the US. I loved this cup, but during the course of the event, Bushnack and my buddy Love Machine spotted him with this cup, and they said, you have to barter this with our friend. She would love this. And he was nice enough, after talking to them, to switch cups with me. So he now has the gay mule, and I have the Snufkin cup. And I just want to promise him that I will take great care of Snufkin. We will go on many adventures, and he will be my permanent Wasteland buddy. I absolutely adore this cup. It was made even more special by the fact that Lewis of Aesthetic Meat Front actually drank last breath out of this cup, and I consider that a great honor. Absolutely love this. One of my favorite things I've ever gotten at a Wasteland event ever. I have been using it in my day-to-day life, and I just want to thank him for that, and thank Bushnack and Love Machine for making that happen. And that's all the loot I got at Wasteland this year. I want to thank everyone for being so generous, everybody for giving me caps, and like I said at the beginning, Wastelanders are very giving people. I'm glad I got to give out all my gifts except for the absinthe, which I really regret not giving when I had the chance. But yeah, it's a very giving, welcoming culture, and something that I really treasure. You know, obviously the things are nice, but the fact that people even took a moment to think of me and give me those things really means a lot. Thank you guys. And I hope to give out more stuff next year. And I hope you enjoyed this loot drop, and let me know if you went to Wasteland, what your favorite gift or cap or barter, especially, that you received this year is. I'm very curious to know about that. And my next video will be my solo post-event vlog where I talk about all my experiences and feelings after Wasteland X. Thank you for joining me. My name is Tag, and this is the End Times.